My name is Jeremy, and this is a bonus series of the Good Beer Matters podcast from the 2022 Craft Brewers Conference. Every year, the Brewers Association puts together the Craft Brewers Conference, or CBC, as a means for industry professionals to continue their education, network with peers, and improve quality and performance. I attended this year's CBC as a member of the media, and because there are plenty of beer pros that didn't make it, I want to share a few of the many exhibitors that I think you ought to know about. Some of these companies I'm already familiar with, and I personally know they're doing great things. But some I recently discovered and thought were cool enough to share with you. Either way, I hope you enjoy this highlight of CBC 2022. Oh, and by the way, I have not been compensated by any company to produce this series. I simply want to help good things get out into the world. Why? Because good beer matters, of course. Thank you for listening. Cheers. Here we are at the Craft Brewers Conference 2022.
Yeah.
You guys were here last year as well. Of course, we know each other, we're partnered, so full disclosure, Brewlogix and Good Beer Matters are partnering to put out some really interesting stuff. But the question I have is, well, first of all, Dan, who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, so product manager of Market My Brewery,
Okay.
who is powered by Brewlogix overall. So we are an ecosystem of 3 different platforms, Market My Brewery being one, BrewDB doing the other, and then Performance Platform being the third.
So help me understand. I love the term ecosystem, but you have Brewlogix, Market My Brewery, and BrewDB.
Yes.
What are those, and who are they for?
Yeah, so we'll hit on the 2 that we're showcasing this weekend. Market My Brewery is a tool that brewers can use. It's free for them to get on. They're allowed to, able to showcase not only their brand, but their products and their locations in a deeper fashion than what's been traditionally out there in the market. We make it easy to showcase deeper things like flavor notes, food pairings, locations. We'll find out those unique things that breweries work hard on adding to their breweries that can drive consumers there and interest that are paired up with their lifestyle choices, I guess, if you want to call it that. Yeah.
Well, and because I do have some familiarity, I need another beer before I can say that right. Because I'm familiar with it, I do know that it's nice because we finally have a resource that will be entirely accurate, or as least as accurate as the brewers want it to be.
Yes.
Because they are in the control seat of this, right?
Yeah. So that's been the big point for us of emphasis of building Market My Brewery is having a place that brewers can go to, input their information. They know it's 100% accurate because they put it in. We vet everybody that gets on their account to know that they are with the brewery they're supposed to be with. They are who they are supposed to be. But as well, consumers are looking for a trusted source and not just an opinion anymore.
Yeah.
So that's really what empowers Market My Brewery for brewers to get in there and be able to control where their data goes and what their data is.
Fantastic. And what is BrewDB?
Yeah, so BrewDB is basically the output to the input of Market My Brewery. So BrewDB has been around since 2012, but over COVID we saw this great opportunity that craft beer could be found at your local grocery store. Mm-hmm. And it was a beer database prior, but we saw this huge need to drive people to tap rooms for these unique brewery experiences. So we spent the post-COVID rebuilding BrewDB to becoming more of that experiential website for brewery fans to go to. So if you're a craft seeking enthusiast that want to go on a family trip and you need to make sure all these breweries are family friendly and they have food, you can put that filter in and you can find those breweries. If you need to have some gluten-free or non-alcoholic options, you can put all those filters in super easy and you can find the right experience that fits you.
So you can basically plan your route per your own criteria.
100%. So whatever you're into, your lifestyle choices, you can marry it up with the BrewDB search function, basically.
And I do have it on really, really good authority that you have a funny-looking bald guy that's also putting out some education if you need to brush up on some knowledge and skills. Is that right?
Yeah. So very, very cool part. Obviously, you're a partner on that beautiful bald man.
Yeah.
But it's very cool that we're having conversations with true industry professionals, and we want to share that knowledge. We want to empower the independent brewer to get a leg up finally, and using these industry experts that you're talking to and that we're visiting, hopefully give some knowledge back to the community and continue to grow this whole ship as a whole.
Yeah, and I'm extremely biased, and it's a shameful plug, but I think we're united on this. This is why we partnered, is because there are a lot of places out there that still don't do as good a job as they could.
Sure.
They don't know as much as they could. And the industry is heading toward a place where there's better knowledge, better service, better experiences that comes out of all of that stuff. And you guys are on the tip of the spear to help bring that to not only consumers, but industry professionals and breweries and beyond. It's beyond the brewery scene as well.
Yeah, so we definitely focus on beer, especially being at the Craft Brewers Conference, but we're open to kombucha. We're looking to get with draft coffee as well. That's another growing segment. But when you talk about enriching that experience, it's when you talk about a product, it's deeper than just an ABV and IBU. It's what is this, what does the brewer want to express through this beer, the flavor notes, the tasting notes. It's such an awesome opportunity to really allow a brewer to give the craft-seeking enthusiast some more information the way they want it to be delivered.
And so the last kind of big question is, given that, how do you define, and then also how do you create or curate a good drinking, dining experience?
I think for a product experience, I think it goes to knowledge. You got to know what's in it. What is the brewer trying to get across in that brew? But I think as far as like going and experiencing something, it's something unique that fits your lifestyle. If you like riding bikes, let's find a brewery next to a bike path. If you want to be next to a dog park and you want to find a dog-friendly brewery next to that dog park, you're also allowing your dog to have some fun while you have some fun, or kids. It all just your lifestyle experiences. I think when you can encompass a whole day around a brewery, that provides a great day experience, a great trip, or wherever.
Awesome. Appreciate it. I'm so glad you guys are here. Have a great Craft Brewers Convention.
We will. Thank you so much for coming by. Look at that.